Did you know that in Super Mario 64, the original beta of the game gave Mario a completely different voice?
Who? Ha! Yeah! No! Oh!
Did you know that in WarioWare, when you scan an amiibo in sketch mode, Wario will poorly draw every character, except for both versions of himself? Did you know that in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the thermal hybrid sight does not let you see through windows, which is true in the real world as heat imaging does not work through glass? Did you know that in CUPHEAD, during the Root Pack boss battle, Ollie Bulb only attacks the players in self-defense? If the player leaves him alone, he'll smile and quickly leave. Instead, a radish pops out and fights the player in his place. Did you know that in Pokemon, the move Splash has nothing to do with water? In Japanese, the move is more commonly associated with hopping. This explains why the move can be learned by non-water type Pokemon and why it can be disabled by the gravity move. Did you know that in Spider-Man, during one of the story missions, Spider-Man saves a doctor known as Morgan Michaels? In the comics, this name is actually an alias for one of cinema's most beloved characters, the vampire Michael Morbius. Did you know that in Clash of Clans, a ghost village existed in 2015, where buildings such as the town hall and cannons were overlapping in the exact same position? Upon visiting the base, your game would crash. While rumors of a dead player spread, this was confirmed as a major glitch by Supercell and the village was deleted. Did you know that in Super Mario Sunshine, Il Piantissimo, the runner who challenges Mario to several races throughout the game, when unmasked, has the same model of the Running Man from the Legend of Zelda series who challenges Link to a race in the Ocarina of Time? Did you know that in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, during the final fight of the Jetstream Sam DLC, when Sam cuts Armstrong's arm off, he leaves the sharp end that Armstrong uses to stab him. Later in the main story, when Sam cuts Raiden's arm, he leaves a flat end, showing he learned from his mistake. Did you know that in Borderlands 2, when talking to Tiny Tina, one of her eyes can be seen twitching outward occasionally? This was originally due to a bug in the game's software that the dev team decided to leave in, as they believed it fit with her unique character style. They even brought it back in Borderlands 3. Did you know that in TF2, one of Spy's lines when talking about the conga taunt,
Dancing, it is the forbidden dance,
is a reference to the conga being a dance that originated in Cuba and was banned due to people believing it induced excitement and adrenaline, causing them to fight in the streets during the elections. It's now legal with a police permit. Did you know that in Super Mario 64, both Boo and Bowser's iconic laughs are the exact same audio clip, just pitch shifted? Did you know that Roblox was inspired by a 2D physics simulator written by CEO David Baszucki himself? Users could drag parts, ropes, and springs to create and measure physics experiments. In fact, the software was so good, it was translated to 9 languages and sold millions of copies. Did you know that in GTA 5, Rockstar based each main character on the 3 different types of GTA players? Michael is a retired criminal, representing those who have beaten the game and want to relax. Franklin represents the average player, someone eager to become a successful criminal, while Trevor symbolizes chaotic and destructive players who take advantage of the game's freedom. Did you know that in League of Legends, this animation from 2014 website Riftwalk is what 10,000 League of Legends games look like at the same time? That's 100,000 players at once. Did you know that in Deltarune, the creator Toby Fox originally thought that the character of Spamton would be negatively received? This fear grew worse after early testers expressed their heavy dislike of the salesman. In the end though, the character turned out to be one of the game's biggest icons. Did you know that in Overwatch, Soldier 76 is actually based on a comic book by the same name? The original comic tells the story of a man who's fighting in the United States of America's Second Civil War. To top it off, the author of that original comic is the voice of Bastion. Did you know that in Sonic, Sonic's middle name is Maurice, revealed in the Archie comics, and while his first real name is not shown, the former head writer, Ken Pender, states that it was originally intended to be Ogilvy, making his full name Ogilvy Maurice Hedgehog. Did you know that in Kingdom Hearts, despite the game studio originally wanting to have Mickey Mouse as the protagonist, Disney originally heavily restricted the use of their mascot in the game, only allowing any appearance to be a minor cameo, such as part of the background crowd. This was due to Disney worrying that the game's failure would stain the famous icon's reputation. The team got around this restriction by giving him an extremely brief but important role in helping Sora close the door to darkness. Did you know that in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, when struck by lightning, your body temperature becomes max for a split second? Did you know that in Rocket League, the game was developed as a spiritual successor to the company's 2008 PS3 game, Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket-Powered Battle Cars? It was also pitched to EA in 2011, but they rejected it. Did you know that in Bayonetta, if you fire bullets at a wall while standing still, Bayonetta will draw a B and a love heart out of the bullet holes?